Hey, what's going on everybody? Jay Ping here, checking in live, respectmyregion.com. I've got an official West Coast Weed Tour review today featuring Ember Valley, one of California's most popular, a bud tender favorite across the state. I'm very excited. Today's strain is the Berry Jack Hybrid, THC listed at 23.1%. We've got cultivation date March 2nd, 2020, packaging date May 7th, 2020. So we're looking at cannabis that is, roughly 5.5 months old, packaged on May 7th, so roughly packaged 3 months and 2 weeks ago. So definitely something that should be good, should be terpy, should have a lot of flavor. I'm personally excited. So let's dive right in. I will give you guys a 1-hit review and then 2 hits with the score, per how I usually do it in my joint effort pre-roll series. I open the tube. As I smell it, there's this slight fruity chemically smell, but unfortunately it does look like there is a bunch of flower cannabis outside of the pre-roll and in the tube. So let's check this out here. Yeah, there's definitely some shake coming out of here. It looks like it's probably coming out of the mouthpiece, which would make sense because, as you guys can see, there is a complete open circle in this joint mouthpiece. There is not a crutch. Super interesting that there's not a crutch here. Hopefully it doesn't impact the smoking experience, but I'm definitely sure that cannabis is floating out of this and into this tube because there's no crutch. We've got a nice evenly stuffed J. That is how it came in the joint. I did not unravel it yet, so I can see that as this is bouncing around in the tube, because it's not twisted, flour is leaking out in the joint tube. So a little bit of quality control there, but it's hard. It's tough with the pre-rolls. It really is, because so much happens. Sometimes it's only done by hand. Sometimes brands only use machines to stuff them, etc. I'm not sure as the details, so let's just dive right into the smoke, shall we? The dry hit has flavor. And I didn't get Scooby Snacks in my mouth when I just did that dry hit, so that was nice. All right, here we go. You guys ready? So on the first hit right there, very smooth, not much flavor. The aftertaste right now, it's just really that of burnt smoke, burnt paper, a little bit of burnt earthiness. I'm not getting a huge terpene profile that I would think would come with Berry Jack. So second hit, usually we get the better taste. Let's check it out. Yeah, so per usual, second hit, much more flavorful. You guys can see I got the cough that time. Let's see, I'm getting notes of berry, I'm getting limonene, I got a little bit of pinene. Again, this is the Berry Jack, so I would expect a little bit of that terpinolene, a little bit of that pinene, the limonene that you would get in a Jack Herrera cross or a Dutch Treat or an Amnesia Haze, something along those lines. But this berry here gives it this earthiness and these berry tones. I'm really liking it. Let me hit it one more time, and I'll give you guys the official score out of 100, simply because that first hit did not do this justice. The second hit was so tasty, a third hit is necessary. Here we go. Alrighty, so I have 10 categories for this pre-roll review. The West Coast Weed Tour official rating system does 100 points, 10 categories each. Presentation first. I look at the Ember Valley tube and I think, it is a basic joint tube, but I really enjoy the logo, the font, and the white and red coloring. I think it pops. So although it is a standard joint tube, plastic, not glass, I'm gonna give them a decent score. Probably, somewhere in that 8 to 9 range, simply because, I do like their red, white, and black that they do. I think it's attractive. Appeal, same thing. Ember Valley has lots of respect and clout here, rightfully so, and rightfully earned in California. So I do feel like the appeal is there. Again, I'd have to go 8 to 9, closer to a 9. The color, you know, you talk about the color. What does color mean in cannabis? Well, when I look at the joint and I look at the color of it, you know, if this joint were wrapped in the same paper and I could tell that the weed inside was brown, well, then the color would be bad. So color on this is appropriate for a flower pre-roll. There's chunks in here. I can see some good bits. Pre-roll is an attractive color. You know, it could be barf brown or green. It's just not attractive. So the color's there. The smell. When I opened the tube, I said that there wasn't really a terpy smell, but to correct myself, there was berry notes. There was this, you know, slight gassy musk, maybe not gas, but this muskiness, and I think that's evident that it is one of the berry notes or natures of this strain, the Berry Jack. So smell, I'll give it, you know, maybe a high 6, maybe a low 7. Now when I talk about the taste, the first hit, not so great. And as a consumer, that first hit is usually everything. That's going to determine whether or not they really want to keep smoking it, or how impactful that experience, you know, how powerful that memory really is. So taste with this. I'm going to give it a nice 8.25 to a 5, probably closer to 8.25. I like it. I wish there was more Jack to it. That first hit kind of gave me a little bit of a sourpuss taste. You know what I mean? It just wasn't the best. So I'll give it the 8.25 on the taste for this. It tasted good. I don't want you guys to, you know, get this the wrong way. It does taste very good. Potency. When we're talking potency, that's THC 23.1%. This is a sativa. I'm talking. I got lots of energy. I think the potency is right on point. It's hard for me to give it at a 10 out of 10 when the THC scores are low, but I do feel that the THC, the terpenes, are creating a nice entourage effect. I can feel my heart kind of racing and pumping due to the sativa nature, the sativa hybrid nature of this. So potency, I'll give it the 8.75, maybe even the 9. I think it's right up there with where it should be potency wise for this strain. Experience, you know. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 because, you know, these pre-rolls can range anywhere between 13 and like 18 bucks. Sometimes you might even pay 20 for the gram, but that's pretty rare. So with that said, the experience for me, I feel, is appropriate for the price, appropriate for the smoke, the strain. I'd say the experience for me is a perfect, maybe. I'll give the experience a 9. I'll give the experience a 9. And the reason why I give it a 9 is because, again, there was some Scooby snacks throughout the J. It wasn't twisted perfectly. The ash is looking good, but that first hit was rough. Now, more information available is a new category this year for us. The reason why we added that is because, as a consumer, I want to be able to look up more information about the strain or more information about the brand, you know, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. So Ember Valley has a strong internet presence. There could always be more information about the strain and pre-rolls, you know, helping me to guide it, you know, lighter versus, you know, the hemp wicks, etc. So more information available. I'm going to give them a solid 8. I do feel like like I say, most brands can improve on this. More information should always be available. The day that a brand gets a 10 out of 10 is the day that I'm celebrating and filming a video just shouting out that brand. Hasn't happened yet. And what I recommend, I would absolutely recommend this Berry Jack hybrid from Ember Valley. I feel like it's worth smoking, you know, 10 out of 10 times. I just wish this particular joint was a little bit more, less messy. You know, the pre-roll being kind of undone at the tip kind of impacts it. But yes, 10 out of 10 I would recommend. And overall score for me, when I take in things all consideration and just to give it an overall rating, I'm going to stick with a solid 9. I think, you know, the strain, the flower, the actual cannabis side of things made it a very positive experience, but I definitely feel it's important to highlight some of the other things, you know, the Scooby snacks. You know, there could always be more information available online. There aren't actually any terpenes listed here on the joint tube, so I feel like that is kind of a missed opportunity that could be still capitalized on over the next few years. So overall, score 9 out of 10. This is a high quality pre-roll. I highly recommend you guys visit. any of the dispensaries in NorCal or SoCal that carry Ember Valley. There's literally, I believe, 150 to 250 dispensaries that carry Ember Valley, maybe more. If you guys have any questions about this product, any of my ratings or rankings, please feel free to drop a comment and send me a DM. Would love to talk with you about my thinking about why I chose these numbers and this, this strain, etc. So appreciate you guys for all the love. West Coast Weed Tour 2020. Make sure you guys go follow Ember Valley on Instagram at EMBER_Valley, VALLEY. And of course, you can always visit ember-valley.com for more information. Appreciate you guys for all the love. Stay tuned for the next review. West Coast Weed Tour 2020, baby. Coming at you guys with all the products to identify the best on the West Coast. J Ping, checking in live. Checking out, y'all. Peace.